preparation been as you get ready for this regional?
Awesome. Excited, ready. Let's go.
You ready to announce your starting pitcher for tomorrow yet?
Tristan Smith.
How crucial has extra rest been for Tristan after not pitching for over 2 weeks?
Really good, because his ankle, that stress fracture, it's still lingering. So it's not like that just magically went away. So the rest was great. He feels good, and threw a simulated short thing on this past weekend after we got back, and yeah, he's feeling great. So excited to see him out there.
Was it kind of always where you thought you guys wanted to go Friday with Tristan?
Yeah, well, that's become more evident the last couple of weeks. Dardo struggled a little bit, and so it just created that opportunity to, with not advancing in the ACC tournament, to just go ahead and move Tristan back to Friday.
You talked on Monday about remembering everything that was set up for you last year and making sure you guys can seize this opportunity. How have you guys approached this week and taken on making sure that you seize this opportunity?
Honestly, we've just kind of kept our approach the same as it's been all year, because seizing that opportunity started back in August. And so this has been a very methodical, consistent approach with this team. So this was nothing new added on to this week. This is just the next segment of our season, but our guys are just going to march on and keep doing what they do, and we've had a very consistent training set of training sessions and very consistent messaging in here, and their attitude and just their mentality is very consistent as well, and I would expect them to be very consistent in their execution on the field.
You've said before you want to win every championship, but are there some advantages as you look back on last week not playing deep into the ACC tournament as you get ready for this regional?
I mean, when you have to find the silver linings, you could certainly find them. We would have preferred to have played for a championship, and even if it whatever that meant. But by not, then we certainly will take advantage of the rest time, especially for a couple of our pitchers.
I would expect they would start Gus Hughes, and he's their workhorse. I mean, they depend on him to go 6-7 innings. What do you know about him, just kind of from your scouting reports?
He's really good. I mean, he could pitch anywhere. He's up to 95, pitches low 90s, really, really, really good slider. It's like high spin slider, gets a lot of strikeouts with both those pitches. But yeah, he's a dude. And, we've seen some good ones this year, and he'll be right up there with some of the good ones that we've seen. Maybe not a Chase Burns type, but he's certainly in the conversation of, a good Friday night starter that would be consistent with some of the Friday night starters we've seen in conference. So we'll have our work cut out for us, and he's going to be good, and I know he's going to be amped up, and so I even expect the velocity maybe even to tick higher in those first couple innings. So we'll have to do a good job and have a good approach against him.
Someone described them as scrappy, and they've got 4 guys there in the top of the lineup, double-digit home runs, 45-plus RBI. What do you see out of them offensively?
Yeah, they are good. This is a you can see why they're champions. They're a complete team. Their defense is very good as well. They find ways to get on base and score. They have guys who can hit homers. They have guys who steal. They have high walks and hit by pitches. This is a very good team. I mean, this is not a situation where the 4 seed is to be overlooked. I mean, this is a 4 seed that's dangerous, and we're going to have to bring it, and just why all of our energy and focus is on them, because they've earned that. They're very good. They're very well coached. They're a very good team, and they're going to need our best effort.
Speaking to that focus and not overlooking anything, how have you gotten the team to adapt that mindset when it can be so easy to look at the next matchup?
That's just goes back to August, and it goes back to just kind of the mindset these guys have, the trained mindset that we have, and their mental game skills, and they know the importance of playing pitch to pitch. So they don't overlook anything. They certainly won't overlook a game, but they'll be playing pitch to pitch as hard as they can, and we know we can. This is not the time of the year where you can look past anything. You just got to embrace everything in every moment, and play one pitch at a time.
You made a great plea for the fans to show up and make a difference. For those on the fence or thinking about or trying to convince their significant other to come out here this weekend, as a competitor, as a baseball coach who's had so much experience in postseason baseball, what makes this time of year in a regional setting so exciting and enticing?
Well, when you play in places that have synchronized energy, like I just think back to Wake Forest just a couple of weeks ago, they might have only had, and I say only because it's not the most packed stadium, but they had 3,500 people, but 3,500 people in unison yelling, "Let's go Deeks," and it sounded like 35,000 on the field. So I think when the fans can align their cheering and their energy and bring it at a high level, like level 10, and get together so it's not just pockets of people, but everyone together, this place could be deafening. And when that happens, the next thing that happens is it can create a physiological response in the people playing the game. It can start to speed them up internally. Their heart rate goes faster, their breathing gets shallow, their mind starts to race, and that's what we want in our opponent. And that would be awesome if that's the 10th man. When the 10th man can create an advantage for us by trying to impact the game, that's huge. And that's what we need, and that's what we're asking for. So, yeah, so bring it. Let's go, level 10. Come on out and be loud, be rowdy. Let's get after it.
Is that why you had the crowd noise playing quite loud when you guys were fielding during practice out there? Was that kind of trying to simulate that postseason pressure?
No, we do that all the time. It's a communication thing, because in our league and at our level, the catcher making the call, the outfielders aren't going to hear them. So we just, when there's nobody here, we create that noise so that the guys on the field have to do a really good job communicating verbally and non-verbally all over the field to just kind of understand where the ball needs to go and how to take care of the baseball and collect outs.
You mentioned the physiological effect it can have on the opponent when the crowd noise is synchronized and together. How much can that lift the guys in your dugout?
Well, yeah, and the exact, thanks for bringing that up. On the other side of the coin is our guys get energized, and you can do it. You can do it where you wait for the players on the field to do something awesome, and then the crowd gets into it, or the crowd can get into it, and then the players on the field do something awesome. So it goes both ways, and sometimes that's where the crowd can help the team start a rally, and other times the guys at the crowd can help a team extend a rally just by keeping that energy going. So it's all connected, and it's all energy, and it all works, and it works to our advantage when we can get loud and get hostile and get rowdy. And we keep saying get rowdy, but this got to bring it, and we certainly would appreciate it.
Is that something you think back to your first stint here all those years ago?
Oh my God, yeah. DKS was regarded as one of the most hostile places to play, and in 2002 when I was here the first time, it was like that, and then coming back as the coach in the other dugout when I was at Maryland. I mean, it was awful to play here. I mean, I remember frickin' Brad Miller won a tractor because he hit a triple. It was the fifth inning. You hit it. If Clemson hits a triple, some fan gets a tractor. Brad Miller, sure enough, hits a triple, and the place was going nuts. And I couldn't, our guys couldn't even hear each other think, and we had no chance. And this was, our Maryland team. But again, like we know, we're very aware, our program, our team, our players, we're very aware that we need to go earn it on the field to bring that excitement as well. And we're on it. We're doing it. We're going to do it or die trying.
You guys have owned the title Comeback Kids continuously this season. Is there a level of that where you just embrace your guys having that gear and having that confidence to come back? Or in the postseason when we're at this point, is there a conversation of, obviously you always want to start fast, you don't want to have to rely on that, but
no, it's our superpower. The belief that we're never out of the fight, and then be able to back it up and come back, is Team 127's superpower. And it's not any time to say we're going to play different. Of course, we'd love to get a lead, extend a lead, and then go like that, but that's probably not how it's going to go. It's not how it's gone all year, and so if it doesn't go like that in the postseason, then what's the difference? It's how it's been for us. So hadn't been easy, but it's also shaped the identity of this group, and so if we do have to play from a deficit, we're very comfortable doing that.
also worth sticking around for the fans.
That's right.
Coaching and going back and looking at some numbers, especially over the last 3 years, I was a little shocked at how many times a 4 has beaten a 1 on Friday in this tournament. What has led to that? Where, hey, a 4 can walk into a team stadium and beat them on Friday.
Well, the parity in college baseball now is at the highest level it's ever been, because the post-COVID world has created an older group of college baseball players. You had a 5-round draft in 2020 and 20-round drafts ever since. That's a lot of guys not going into professional baseball that are either coming back as seniors, using a post-grad year, or high school recruits that are now finding their way to college that normally may have entered professional baseball. Then with the portal, the way it is, the college coaches are often choosing to get the proven older guy to come in and fill those holes and plug those gaps instead of a newer guy. So it's a combination of a lot of things to where everybody's good. And 4 seeds, 1 seeds, 2 seeds, 3 seeds, and a whole lot more teams than just the 64 that made this tournament are all loaded. And there's a lot more teams than 64 that could have made this tournament that were on the bubble. And so we're still in that post-COVID world of older college baseball players. You got guys that are, well beyond age 22. You got 23, 24-year-old, some cases 25-year-old baseball players out there.
You talk about older players with Jacob McGovern, a freshman. Talk about the arm deception, but just the mentality that he has, the confidence to be a freshman, to pitch with the stuff he has. How unique is that?
It's very unique to any freshman to be able to impact a team at this time of the world, in the post-COVID world. So what Cam Cannarella did last